You're such an asshole.
You want my advice? Oh, yes, monsieur. Go back to Bulgaria. No one's going to know where that's from because nobody has. So I got some updates here, and it ended up being worse than I thought. I misread the request, the original one about Bulgaria. It was about adopting the EU, and I erroneously assumed that you would have to be part of the EU to. That was the whole point because we're going on stuff that I learned when I was in my 20s, back when the EU was being rolled out. And I was like, oh, okay, you get one. It was simple at one time. We'll all have one currency, right? Yeah. And I do remember that you would have to apply to the EU in order to get like you had to meet certain financial requirements and budgetary requirements to make sure the currency had value and all that other economic theory we could talk about some other time. But you don't just get to use the euro as a currency because you want to. You had to apply and meet requirements. And someone says, well, Bulgaria is part of the EU. They just don't have the euro yet. And I'm like, what? I'm like, you're right. There's an application stage. Bulgaria has been in the app. It's applying to the EU to use the euro since 2007. So they're part of the euro. Like you could get, I guess, I'm not an expert on this, but it's the worst of both worlds. They're part of the EU. So I guess you get to obey all the rules of the EU, but they haven't met the financial requirements to get to use the euro as a currency. So they've been in the application stage for coming up on 18 years now. So you got the worst of both worlds. If I'm not mistaken, Bulgaria is part of the European Union, right? So you got to follow the rules of a fourth level of government. But you still haven't gotten your financial act together since 2007 to even get acceptance from the EU to use the euro in your country. So you don't get the benefit of the euro. That's like, can my wife not give me sex and be fat? Yes, she can. Great. This is great. So the question is moot. Should having already joined the European Union, so I got to use very precise words. Having already joined the European Union, well, yeah, now you might as well use the currency and make it a little bit easier on your accountants to adjust for exchange rates. But I just want to make that clarification because I didn't realize Bulgaria has been in the application process since, God, how long? In 2007, since the Bush administration? There we go. All right, that's it. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.